The 2024 football season kicks off Thursday with the defending champion Lafayette opening up on the road at Buffalo, and the Leopards will look to become the third straight Patriot League team to beat the Bulls. Holy Cross downed Buffalo in 2022 with the Hail Mary touchdown pass to walk off the Bulls, and Fordham quarterback CJ Montez threw 5 touchdown passes, including the eventual game winner late in the fourth quarter of their 40-37 win over the FBS foe. Hi, I'm Maria Trivelpiece in the Patriot League studio, getting you all geared up for Week 1. All 7 Patriot League teams open up this weekend, and it all happens over 3 days, so clear your schedule. Lafayette opens the Week 1 slate on Thursday, with Fordham at Bowling Green to follow at 7. Both games will air on ESPN+. Friday's doubleheader features season openers for Lehigh and Colgate, and Georgetown, Bucknell, and Holy Cross all open up on Saturday. The Leopards kick off the season at number 18 in the FCS coaches poll after going 9-3 overall and 5-1 in league play last season. They took Delaware to the brink in the FCS playoffs, and even though Buffalo has lost in back-to-back years against Patriot League schools, Coach John Troxell knows it will take more than history to make it 3 straight.
You know, one, it's the opener. I mean, it's not going to be an easy challenge. You know, as I said to our kids, you know, I mean, we're still a work in progress. You know, while we had success last year, that was last year. And, you know, just because other teams had success against them, you know, they got a new staff, a new team, new year. So we have to go up there really focused and ready to play a flawless game, you know, not make mistakes and give everything we got.
Lafayette welcomes back several key starters from last year, headlined by running back Jamar Curtis, the preseason Offensive Player of the Year. He led the league with 1,460 yards rushing and scored 15 touchdowns for the Leopards. Quarterback Dean DeNoble also returns after a strong first year at the helm, throwing for 1,997 yards and 20 touchdowns. He led the league in completion percentage at .67. On the other side of the ball, Lafayette defensive back Sekou White was named to the Buck Buchanan watch list after picking off a league-best 4 passes last season. Together, they'll have to be ready to roll on day 1 if the Leopards want to win their first game against an FBS opponent.
Mentally, you know, we talked to the kids a little bit about, you know, this is a challenge for them and this is an opportunity, and make the most of your opportunities. You know, I think our kids have looked forward to this. You know, a year ago when we went down to Duke, it was exciting and they had a great experience, and 2 years ago at Temple was a great experience. So for our players, you know, I think, you know, this is an opportunity to show that we belong and that we can play with some of the better teams in the country.
Holy Cross opens a new era of football on Saturday night at Rhode Island as Dan Curran takes over for the 5-time Patriot League champion Bob Chesney. The Crusaders will be vying for a 6th straight championship this year after earning a share of the title last season, and Coach Curran welcomes the challenge.
Well, I think like anything else, when you're taking over something that's not a broken product, you got to be careful of tearing it down to the roots or to the base, and we certainly didn't want to do that. And you know, being a fan and growing up following this program since I was a young kid, like I had a good understanding about the history and tradition of this place. And, you know, even the guys that are currently on the roster had a chance to compete against in the last 3 years. So I did have some good familiarity with this place and some of the things that have allowed it to be successful. So we try to keep a number of those things in place. I think from a schematic standpoint, it will probably be more multiple than what, you know, the casual fan is used to seeing. You know, a little bit more motion shifts, just a little bit more formations than they're probably traditionally used to seeing. And, you know, our goal is to be balanced. And it may look different every week, you know, depending on who we're playing. And, you know, our biggest goal is to build around what our best players do well.
Home games around the Patriot League will be on ESPN Plus all season long. Download the ESPN app or go to patriotleague.tv for the full schedule. I'll see you back here next week.